Well, here it's Mother's Day weekend, and we can't talk about Mother's Day without talking about roses here at TLC. So I asked Pat the Rose Man to come and talk with me. And Pat, I think your last name is the Rose Man, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's I forgot my real last name, so we just went with Rose Man.
Well, we normally talk about hybrid teas, but they can take a lot of care. And today we're going to talk about something a little bit different.
These are the easy to grow roses that have been out. A lot of them are brand new, but there's a few that have been out quite a few years, and it's just they're low maintenance. They're not like the hybrid teas and the floribundas that can be really tough, you know, and get people discouraged sometimes.
When you cut this one for me, tell me what this is.
That is Belinda's Dream. That was bred in South Texas to withstand the Texas heat, and it opens up. This is just a small bud, but that flower can be 5 inches across.
Wow.
It just looks like 5 feet.
But it looks like a hybrid tea.
It does, and that's what's so unusual about it, because you don't see too many shrub roses that have that kind of form.
Well, show us what we've got. We've got
this
lots to look at.
Group right here is the Easy to Love group from Weeks Roses, and this is Julia Child, named after her right before she passed away, because she loved her butter. Yeah. And this one is the Easy Going. It's a little amber yellow rose, and then the orange is Living Easy. And all these get 3 feet by 3 feet.
And roses need some sun. You can't have them in the shade.
At least 5 to 6 hours.
Okay.
And your shrub roses, the good thing about the shrub roses, they can take that full sun, you know, whereas your hybrid teas like morning sun and afternoon shade.
Okay.
Then the next group is the flower carpets, and the flower carpets have been out quite a few years.
But they've had some new colors come along.
They do, and one of them is amber. I love that color.
Oh, it's great because you have 2 or 3 colors in one shrub rose.
Yeah.
Or carpet rose.
Each one of them get about 30 inches by about 4 feet, so they just kind of make a big mound. And then the next one is the yellow flower carpet, and this one can get close to 5 feet tall.
Now, in terms of care for these would be something you'd want to whack them back a little bit before the growing season starts?
Yeah, you want to, you know, cut them back, and you know, and when they have these long stems like this, when all those flowers are faded, then you can go back to where it originated.
Okay.
But the good thing about the shrub roses are you can prune them during the growing season without hurting them. And the next one is white flower carpet. It stays real low. It's the lowest growing of all. It only gets 2 feet tall. So you can grow this one in a pot. You can grow all these in a pot, but that one works really well.
That'd also be good in the front of a border, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And the next one is Pink Supreme. This is the improved. There was just regular pink flower carpet, and then they developed it into a darker pink and called it Pink Supreme. And then this one is red flower carpet, very common. You see that in a lot of hedge forms. And then another new one is
and
coral.
these will grow. I mean, this red, I've got some of these reds. Yeah, it gets 4 feet tall easily.
There's a doctor's office over in Edmond, and it's just a whole hedge of about 4 feet tall and about 40 feet long. And then this is the newest addition to the Easy roses. These are the drift roses, and they are just spectacular. They only get 1.5 feet tall, 2.5 feet wide. You can grow them in containers.
But when you're talking about drift, it's kind of like a weeping form, isn't it? Where it'll kind of spill out?
It's a true ground cover rose.
Okay.
So it's, you know, where the flower carpets were a little deceiving because they got bigger than you know, they're supposed to. But this is pink, obviously, but it's got the 5 petals. And the next one is peach, and this one changes colors.
It's beautiful.
And then that's the pink one here is Sweet Drift. That's a more double flower. And then this one is the coral. which is very showy. And then the red, which some people think it's a dwarf knockout. I get calls all the time saying, I saw this dwarf knockout, you know, and then I went past the business that they saw it in, and I said, no, that's red drift.
Well,
and then this is apricot.
That is just spectacular. And you have a giant one out here at TLC on the south side of the property for people to come and look at. It's just gorgeous.
Well, it's a good selling point.
Yeah, it is. They sell themselves because of the ease of use. So, in general, what about fertilizing? Do we need to? Do we not?
A light. You can use like Osmocote, you know, at the beginning of season, and that'll feed them all the way through, you know. So it's just, you know, make it easy on yourself.
Oh, it's great.
You know, there's no spraying, and so you just, like I said, just easy to grow.
All right. Well, Pat, thank you for showing us some wonderful options for ease. We like the easy part.
Yeah.
And the beauty's obviously there. They're just gorgeous. Thank you so much.
Yeah, the older I get, I do.
Me too. Well, coming up next, we're going to continue looking at Mother's Day gift ideas. Not only roses for mom, but herbs. So stay with us.